Match reaction, Southampton 0, Manchester United 1. It's now back-to-back wins for Erik Ten Hag. Tony, it shows confidence in starting the same starting 11 that he did against Liverpool. Give us your overall thoughts on the game.
Yeah, confidence starting the same 11 as Liverpool, but it was a case of after the Lord Mayor's show, I thought they started off fast. Too fast, to be honest. I thought they were trying too much, doing the long balls for Rashford to run onto. It wasn't working. And then I thought after about 15 minutes, then they settled down. I thought they were passing the ball through, and the main person was like Eriksen. I thought he was distributing the ball in that first half really well, slowed the game down. That's what was needed. But the quality wasn't there. From both teams just seemed to prefer to counter-attack. There was two main talking points. United should have scored 4 goals in one incident, where it was just going like ping pong, back and forth, and they couldn't put it in. Bruno, Eriksen, Elanga, and then they had their chance. And that really, from the first half, was the main talking points. They had a corner, and I thought a bit more composure. They should have put it in. But when I look at the game overall from Southampton's point of view, poor finishing. They had lots of effort, lots of chances, lots of pressure, especially in that second half. And I thought, really, for United to come away with the 3 points, they were lucky. But on the other side of it, you have to look at United's work rate. They worked right throughout the game, and I think that's what got them through. Wasn't the most pleasant of the games on the eye, but United are in a pleasant place at the moment, and to get 3 points and to work like that, they've done well.
Listen, going in at half-time, chances for both teams, to be fair.
Yeah.
You touched on Bruno, Elanga, Eriksen all in one instance. But how did you think we'd done defensively in that first half? Because Southampton did have a game plan looking to get crosses in from deep to try and test our two centre-halves. So how do you think we've done defensively?
Well, defensively, I pointed out on the pre-match, I was looking at Malacia and Dalot, and I thought them two played excellent throughout the 90 minutes. The centre-halves played well as a pairing, but they were well helped by McTominay. Now, McTominay, out of the box, didn't have a great game. I thought he was too slow to cover sometimes, but in that box, he was there to help with the headers, especially from the throw-ins, and I thought he cut out a few headers. So he helped the two central defenders, and I thought they worked well, they battled well, and really, clear chances. Did they have clear chances? I don't really think so. I think one good save from De Gea, and that was from the header. But shots-wise, I think United just held him off, but only through luck, poor finishings.
I've got to be honest, I thought in that first half, McTominay was anonymous, really, in that first half. The only time I really noticed him was in the second half, where Southampton could have had a penalty appeal with a couple of handballs. It was like juggling it about like volleyball. What did you think? Should it have been a penalty, or was it inside the box? Because I couldn't.
Well, it was like volleyball.
Yeah.
How that weren't a penalty, I'll never know. I mean, I've played volleyball, right? And McTominay touched it more times than me.
Back in the old days,
yeah, back in the old days, you know what I mean? But the thing is, McTominay there in the first half, outside the box, didn't seem to get the ball. Like I said, it started off fast, and then he was non-existent when that first 15 minutes. Got a few touches when Eriksen was on the ball, but mainly it bypassed him. But he was there to counter that threat from them throw-ins and them crosses, and that's what he did today. From a midfielder's point of view, it's not what we want, but he did the job. And really, you can't say anyone was outstanding there today.
In terms of like end products as well today, the front three, they didn't have a great game. To me, they look way too far apart from each other. They're all trying to do it individually out on the wings, and it's just going into dead ends. And Marcus Rashford, for me today, he didn't have one of his better games today, did he?
No, he didn't. But when you look at the starting three there, I thought Elanga was on the wrong side. I thought Sancho was on the wrong side.
Sorry to interrupt you. Why do you think he changed that today? Because against Liverpool, Elanga was out on the left, done really well with against Trent in that first half on Monday night, and Sancho was out on the right, but he changed it today. What do you think that was? Tactical or?
Obviously it was tactical, but it did not work because when you look at Elanga's right throughout until he got took off, his end product just wasn't there. He seemed to run with the ball. Didn't seem to cross it, didn't seem to get through there. And when he had a chance running through the middle, too long on the ball, didn't quickly take the shot. And I thought, to be honest with you, when that first substitution was made with Ronaldo coming on, I thought it should have been Elanga, not Sancho. And to be honest with you, when you look at the substitutions, I thought he waited a bit too long with them substitutions. I thought Ronaldo should have come on at half-time and Elanga taken off. Like I say about Elanga, he didn't have the end product there. And to be honest, Sancho looked good that first half, and then he sort of faded. But Rashford, as the game went on, just faded more and more. It looked like the same old from Rashford. I don't know why. I don't know whether it was because United felt they were under pressure and they were falling back, and it got Rashford out of the game. I don't know. But I think he should have been on the wing when the substitute should have been made.
Do you think with Elanga, is a similar type of player to what we had in Dan James in terms of his work rate and his energy? And, there's some games that he's going to start him to actually just do a job in, let's say, countering the fullbacks, the wingers on the opposition side, where we've seen it in the past when we had Dan James and Wan-Bissaka on the same side.
Yeah.
They've done a job in defensive, in the defensive.
No, I think what it is...
Because his end product's just not there at the
moment.
Well,
with Elanga, right, he came on last year, he got into the team, half an hour here, half an hour there, and then the odd game, right? And I think they overplayed him last year. But looking at him today, I don't think he's progressing at the moment because he doesn't seem to create, and that's what we need. We need forwards to create, and that today they just didn't do it. I think in that first half, when you look at it,
he was involved in the build-up to the goal, though, for Bruno.
Yeah, for the goal, and Dalot was involved with it, and Dalot there. First cross, what was worth the effort of calling a cross, and he worked it to Bruno, got it in. But going back, I thought Ronaldo there should have been on at half-time. I thought Ronaldo would have suited more to that first half. And when you look, it's an away game, it's a tough fixture. It was Dower last year. United didn't play that well, and I didn't expect him to play well. I mean, we played Liverpool. It was a one-off. There you go. If you can't get up for that game, there's something wrong. And you can't expect games like that all the time. But there was just something missing. There was a bit of fire missing, bit of composure. And I thought to myself, they've worked hard, but
to me, they needed to be like 5 or 10 yards more up the pitch. People committing themselves going forward as well with the lads in attack. What did you think?
I think
because I thought Eriksen played well in the middle,
listen,
especially with his passing.
Yeah, Eriksen with his passing today was excellent. And one annoying thing about Eriksen today is when Bruno on the 45th minute of the first half there took that free kick and Eriksen was over it. That was screaming for a left footer for Eriksen with precision. But
he's right footer.
Well, with the right foot, but he would have crossed it to the far post. Whereas Bruno there, I think he was just giving it the big I'm the captain, I'm making the decisions, here we go. And to be honest with you, Eriksen, he should have took that.
How pleased do you think Ten Hag will be with a clean sheet though today? Because it's been a long, long time since we've kept a clean sheet away from home.
Well, you look at it as a fighting performance, but let's not kid ourselves. And yous out there, I don't think you're kidding yourself, right? We didn't concede a goal. Anyone with a bit of time and a bit of composure on the ball today for Southampton, because they had plenty of chances, plenty of opportunities, and they would have scored. So we're lucky to get a clean sheet today. And to be honest with you, we're also lucky to get the 3 points. But we worked hard, and if you put the ball in the net and you don't concede, then there you go. That's what happens. And it's about time that we got an away win. I don't think we've had one since February, but to get the 3 points away from home, lucky or not, it's 3 points. We're Man United, and I don't care.
I thought Varane done well again today, but in particular Martinez, he just looks like he loves a good tackle, Martinez, doesn't he?
Yeah, Martinez is there. He looks as though he's playing really good football, and I think that's what is helping Malacia, to be honest with you. Yeah. Casemiro came on, and at one point there, I thought to myself, he's in their box. And I thought to myself, what we do? We're supposed to be defending. You're not on here for attacking. But he's on there. We'll see more of him. McTominay there got himself injured. We'll see what happens with that. Ronaldo got himself injured. And you never know, there might be some injuries coming along the line. So for a few more players to get a chance at Leicester and go to Leicester We've not been playing well there or getting the results.
Yeah.
And we've got to grind it out again.
Yeah.
I get teams like Southampton and Leicester, you can't expect to go full at it. So go to Leicester, let's grind a point out. And if it's like today, so what? I don't care. Even if we play volleyball for half the game with McTominay.
As long as we get the 3 points, and if it's another clean sheet, we're
That's
happy,
right.
aren't we? But, you know, going into that Leicester game next week, obviously he had confidence in starting the same starting 11 that he did against Liverpool. Do you expect the same again against Leicester, or do you think he might make 1 or 2 changes?
I think he'll make 1 or 2 changes. I said, to me, it was pretty clear that front three didn't quite work today. Yes, worked against Liverpool, but we was at home and away from home. I don't think it was. I think you've got to be a little bit more, use just 2 up front maximum, whereas he's going wide, he's going the long ball. I think that might have to change away from home tactically.
Yeah, looking at it as well, do you expect Casemiro maybe to get a starting against Leicester or even the Arsenal game? Eriksen alongside him?
Listen,
is that something you'd like to see going forward?
Casemiro and Eriksen there, they'll definitely start against Leicester. Casemiro, to me, he's not been bought for all that money for nothing. He's coming straight into the team. Who's going to be? Obviously, it's down to McTominay and Fred. So he's coming in. You don't spend all that money and leave him on the sideline. Maybe that's the last we see of Ronaldo. I don't know. It could be the last we see of him.
Yeah. A lot of reports saying Napoli, his agents are talking to Napoli, but again, that's all just reports and rumours.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to hear this.
D-Day's coming, not just for Ronaldo, for a lot of players, and D-Day's coming to try and get the last of the transfers in. But I'm looking forward to Leicester, and let's hope that forward line creates a lot more, because there was a lack of creativity on target today.
Just before we go, who would you say was your man of the match?
Mine, I thought throughout the game, Malacia worked really hard. I thought he played really well. And again, you know, you look at Varane, I thought he was steady. Yeah. But to me, Malacia, because of his work rate and his tackles and his positioning right throughout the game.
Yeah, I think there was some good defensive performances as well today. A bit of a tough one to choose, but let us know in the comments below what your man of the match is. Obviously, let us know what your thoughts are on today's video. Webby's not here today. He's doing the Lord's work, but he will be back for the next week's game against Arsenal. I think it is at home, so look out for that one. Smash the likes, subscribe if you like our content, and press that notification bell, because we will be back with another video on Monday. Come on, Reds!
That's it.